What's up YouTube, this is Collect Pokemon and welcome back to another video. So I was actually not going to film a new video, but to really upload a video that I made in the park talking about all the other cards game that is likely to be experiencing a hyped or a spillover effect from Pokemon. But I've decided that I will shelve that video and actually make a new one to really talk about what I've been seeing and certain new news that is going to be releasing very soon. And I actually want to talk about Battle Partner as well. So basically, this video is going to touch base on a few different topics. Mainly, I'm going to talk about the Battle Partners, especially the cards that we've seen opened from Battle Partner and how they look, what I feel, what I think about the card is, and you know that actually translates to whether you guys should buy into what do you call that? Journeys Together and so on. And another thing is to talk about the other card game that is getting a lot of love, a lot of spillover effect, and what we're gonna see in the hobby, hobby as the TCG hobby as a whole. So yeah, sit back, relax, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and let me know in the comment section what you guys think. So first of all, let's talk about Battle Partners. So I've finally uploaded a video. I've streamed or restreamed a streamer opening some of the Battle Partner pack. Some of you guys may have seen that video before, and some of those cards are actually quite amazing. There's so many trainers. I think there's a lot of SR trainer like Brock and everyone else. We also have gold card, and I was not expecting the gold cards to have a trainer with it. So basically the gold card has a trainer, and it's not like overly gold. Well, it is overly gold, but at the same time you can actually still see the trainer. So the gold card, we have the SR version, and there's like a SAR version. This is a lot of versions, which is quite interesting because, I sometimes wonder whether the SAR version is going to be the more expensive one. I mean, for me, I think most likely I'm going to collect the SR version, which is, you have the trainer in the background, like on the side, and then we have the Pokemon. I think that there's a theme to it, and I really like collecting cards. Or sets of cards with themes, so those should be very interesting to see. And yeah, so the Japanese side of things are really expensive. Oh, and also there's the illustrated rare of things. So there's just many different versions of it. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the price of many of these cards will go. I mean, I assume that initially SAR will be obviously the most sought after one, but at the same time I do believe that there will be collectors collecting different tiers of cards, and I think that it's going to be fun. It is going to be very interesting to see how people want to collect. And yeah, basically within the same set there are like 4 different lines, 4 different tier of cards you can collect. So I think that's going to be fun. It really depends, and I think that some tier will be a lot cheaper than others, so yeah. But at the same time, I'm going to say this, I'm not going to buy the Japanese version Battle Partner at the current price. I do believe that Japanese card will be printed to demand, and so I do expect that the price of this set to drop eventually within 2025. I don't know when. It might happen like a 151 thing or something along that line. But if anything, I'm definitely just going to buy the single cards. I just don't think it is a good move to buy into that card, that set of card Battle Partner at that high of a price. Now, what about Journeys Together? Journey Together, I know what you guys are going to say. Hey, English reprint is not going to be that significant, or it will be gobbled up very quickly, like I always say. English, I would definitely do some. I will personally order some, and I'm not going to open pre-orders because I don't even know my allocation numbers. I would definitely get some stocked up and see how that goes. But would I buy it above MSRP, or would I buy it above the regular wholesale price? I'm tempted not to, because I do believe that things even like Evolving Skies, things like Team Up, which eventually does really well, will have a period where it's very affordable. So Evolving Skies, there was a period when the booster box were $100 and no one was buying it. Team Up, there was a long time that it was staying at $100, no one was buying it. So with Journeys Together being at what, enhanced booster box being at like $200, I think there will be a time when it comes back down to $110, $120. That's when I would buy it, but I'm not going to buy it at $200. So that's that. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Let's talk about the Pokemon card market, or the TCG market in general. We are actually not seeing a lot of movement. There's not a lot of movement, or even you could say flatline for a lot of sets. And sometimes the reason is because that, especially this week, a lot of people are focusing on Prismatic Evolution. They're focusing not just to get Prismatic Evolution, but to settle some credit card bill with Prismatic Evolution. I've bought Prismatic Evolution with my credit card, and hey, the bill has come, and you have to pay it up, and so on. So I think that this is why people don't have that extra money. If they do have extra money, they're looking at opportunities at Target, Costco, to buy all those 151, to buy all those Blooming Water, to buy those Prismatic Evolution. And that's why we are seeing a slowdown of the Prismatic Evolution, or I'm sorry, of the other sets. Now, with the hype of Prismatic Evolution, what I do believe is that people will eventually give up, or will realize that, hey, I'm done with Prismatic Evolution. I'm just going to wait for the reprint. And while they're waiting for the reprint, what they're going to do is they're just going to scour the internet over other sets. And I think that there is still room for the other sets to go up in price. This was very reminiscent of just a few months ago with 151. 151 was really, really hyped up. And then when people say that, hey, Blooming Water, there will be a restock, that kind of stagnate a little bit of 151, and people start scouring for other sets and so on. I think, we're going to see similar patterns of that. Now, with that said, overall, there's still not enough Pokemon products to go around. And because of that, I think that a lot of players, a lot of people who are going into TCG will start exploring on other TCG. And when I say explore, I mean like they would look into buying or investing in things such as One Piece. One Piece is definitely going to be the major one that they're going to look at. One Piece is going to release its 25th anniversary set in Japan sometimes later this week as well. So we're going to see EBO2. Would I think that that's a popular set? Similar to EBO1, I don't think that it is going to be as popular as the other main sets, but other sets such as PRPO1, which is the Bandai the best, that One Piece the best, it is still very, very expensive and very, very sought after. What else am I going to say? Yes, I do expect a lot more people to shift into One Piece. Another thing to look at is Lorcana. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Lorcana, but I think that they're finally releasing its Japanese version later on this month. I think the 24, 5, 6, or 27, something along that line. The first chapter in Lorcana is going to be released in Japanese. They've already announced that the second set, I forgot the name, is also going to be released, but I think Disney is catching up and they want a pie of the Japanese market as well. So we are going to see a lot of card game taking off in 2025 because of the spillover effect. Is it going to be as successful as Pokemon? Is it just going to dry up as quick as Pokemon? I don't think so, but I do think that there is huge room to grow, especially for cards such as Grand Archive Online or even FAB. But I think mainly for investing, I think look into One Piece would be your best choice. The other ones are still very, very new. They have a growing player base, but still it is not going to be, I mean, it still hasn't proved itself in the long run. So if you're investing into it, I would be very, very cautious, and that's that. I mean, even things like One Piece, there is investment opportunity, but at the same time, I do believe that the risk will be greater than Pokemon. But because Pokemon is so difficult to get, many of these sets will get some love. Now, going through this, what else should we watch out for in 2025? You should watch out for new card games. There will be a lot of new card game here and there, especially things such as, I can't think of a card game, but I'm pretty sure, we're going to see a lot of crowdfunding, crowdsourcing, people are gonna do a Kickstarter or whatever. There will be more cards game going in that direction. Now, League of Legends is also a very big IP in terms of gaming, and it would bring a lot of nostalgia to a lot of players. Riot said that they're going to release a TCG game, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Gundam by Bandai is also going to make a debut. So there has been some, initial beta set being played. Here in Asia, it's not as big, but I heard that in America, things are very popular. So there's just a lot of things happening in 2025. And I think that there is a chance that a lot of new players that are coming into Pokemon will shift into these other card games because Pokemon is very, very difficult to get. But with that said, those new players, those new collectors, those new investor should very much be careful because we have seen this before. When everything is hyped, everything seems good, and you would want to buy everything. I've done that before. I'm still sitting on a bunch of Digimon cards. They're not really moving much. I'm still sitting on a bunch of 25th anniversary Chinese Pokemon cards. They're not moving as much. I think that as much as this hype will continue, the me right now, the me at my age right now, is going to tell myself that, hey, I need to still pick and choose. It's not like buy everything. I still need to pick and choose which type of card game is still going to be a safer investment with lower risk. And, my conclusion is One Piece and Pokemon. And I mean, I know it's Bandai. I know Bandai tends to screw up games. But at the same time, I think One Piece have a large enough player base, and Bandai simply just don't have that printing capacity to meet that demand. That's why prices are still expensive. And I mean, even for single cards, they're relatively expensive as well. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting 2025 to see what happens. With the Team Rocket set coming, Mega Pokemon coming, all these sort of stuff, it's going to be exciting. It does seem that Pokemon wants to push this hype into 2030. I mean, not 2030, but to its 30th anniversary. But at the same time, I do think that there will definitely be a storm coming. A storm will come, and it's going to wipe out a lot of people. Because I just feel like, as much as we want it to last until 30th anniversary, I just don't know if people's pocket are that thick in order to carry ourselves through to 30th. But don't get me wrong, I think 30th anniversary is definitely, they're going to make a banger, they're going to make a good set. Just like what they did with the 25th as well as the 20th. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. So do let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I will start making video talking a little bit more about One Piece card game again, because I do think that there is going to be a market. There's going to be a market shift in that direction as well. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. This is Collect Pokemon. Bye bye.